Alright, welcome back to round 3 of Dominate Dominion number 79. Or welcome back to Dominate Dominion number 79, and we are now in round 3. I guess I can't welcome you back to round 3 because we just got to it. But I'm RheingoldRiver, casting with me is Nyx, and we have a game between It's Fast, It's Fun. Previously, 3v3GG, also incorporating a number of members from Pace Level and Child Sport, and they're going to be playing against Sofanda's Bear Tibbers.
Yeah, 3v3 is kind of a mishmash, actually. We can see both a Parkhurst, Panzer's, Carnival, and Fancy Wolf, along with Zounds. So you have Fancy Wolf, who's kind of just subs for everybody. Makes up a team, disbands it, makes up another team, disbands that. And then we have leftover Pex, Players, Panzers, and Carnival, followed by a very old veteran, a Parkhurst, and then Zounds, who's fairly new to the scene. We can see chat bans were Rammus, Janna, Kha'Zix, Wukong. Rammus and Wukong we saw previously in games just hold front lines extremely strong, just with the amount of disruption and the armor penetration that they have. And then we see Janna and Kha'Zix banned out. Kha'Zix extremely strong, assassin. You really don't want him to hit get on the other team. Just basically leaps in from insane ranges, decimates a single target, and then leaps out of that range. And then Janna, just extremely strong support champion. Lots of peel, lots of team disruption, really hard to deal with. Extremely strong when comboed with early strong AD champions like Pantheon or Jarvan. And then in-game bans, we can see Teemo, Kayle, and Malzahar on one side.
Whoa.
Malzahar is, wow, Kassadin let through. I guess 3v3 just doesn't care about Kassadin, or they have something in preparation. We can see the Malzahar ban
Last
got...
week, we did see that they play a really solid early game. Their windmill fight is really solid, and Kassadin is not really that strong in the first few minutes of the game. So maybe they're just trying to win super early.
Maybe. We can see if this will work out for them. It looks like Sofanda Bear Tibbers. Sofanda is just trying to take out the picks that lock out Kassadin. Like Maokai is a very strong pick against Kassadin because of the root. Just in general is very strong at locking him down. So we'll see if they can also take out a few other picks here. For chat bans, we have, or for bans in general, we have Teemo, Kayle, Malzahar. Malzahar is a very strong ban against Nerdok. Nerdok has a very shallow champion pool. Malzahar is one of the top champions that he plays bottom lane. And then Nidalee, Zyra, Jarvan, very common bans. Nidalee, just extremely powerful, as well as Zyra, really good support mage. A lot of zone control, a lot of damage. And Jarvan, again, probably one of the top bruisers outside of Wukong. We do see Maokai locked in, so they're going to probably try and just deny them the Maokai pick. Panzer's looking to pick up Pantheon here. He does lock in Pantheon and Parkhurst on Vi. Again, extremely strong early and mid-game champions, trying to take advantage of the weak early game that Kassadin has here. So Pantheon, just extreme amount of damage early game and mid-game. Just absolutely, probably is one of the strongest physical damage casters in Dominion within the first 10 to 12 minutes of the game. So you can kind of see them going for that early game physical damage, because Kassadin is very weak against physical damage. A bit stronger against the magic damage, as his passive reduces 15% of all damage that he takes. And Vi is, again, they're looking to try and pick a champion that can lock him down mid to late game. Vi's assault and battery can do that.
Police brutality.
Police brutality. Sorry about that.
Oh my god, are they gonna do it? Oh.
But it looks like Jayce is going to get picked up by Golly here. Oh, it looks like Nerdok is going to pick up the Jinx.
They're playing Jinx.
We have so Jinx versus Vi here.
I just got really excited.
And then we see the Jayce pick up. So we'll see what happens here. They have two extremely strong champions that need to be locked down. And we'll see how much effectiveness they can put into Jinx there. I wonder who's going to pick up Jinx. Maybe Northpaw. Northpaw is usually their strong physical or AD carry player. Maybe Korval will pick it up. Not sure here. Zoun's hovering on Thresh.
He's not going to lock in Thresh.
Yeah, probably won't pick up Thresh. Urgot, extremely strong champion. I'm not sure why Urgot isn't played or banned out more often. He's probably one of the top picks for bottom lane. Incredibly hard to deal with. Basically, there isn't a single champion that can outduel him up until maybe the 20-minute mark. Just because of the free resist he gets from his from his ultimate, super mega reverser, whatever it's called,
hyperkinetic position reverser.
Hyperkinetic position.
Has the best ability names: Zod touched Bolt Augmenter, Acid Hunter is boring, Terror Capacitor, Noxian Corrosive Charge, and Hyperkinetic Position Reverser.
Yeah, so Urgot, extremely strong duelist with his ultimate, and his passive reducing champion damage by 15%.
He might actually have the most characters in his ability name out of all champions that only actually have 5 abilities. Like Lee Sin, he has 2 abilities for each of his QWE. So if you don't count champions like that, I think Urgot might use the most characters in his ability names.
Super Mega Death Rocket for
Super Mega Death Rocket.
Yeah,
You said it wrong.
I actually like that one. That's probably one of my favorite abilities.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So we do see Corval taking up the Jayce. Probably going to take that bottom lane to farm a bit. And Jinx going on to North Paul, with both Nerdoc and Kayle going into support positions with tank Maokai and support Lulu there. So we'll see if they can put that to a great effect. Zoun's picking up Leona. He does play a very strong Leona, and Parker's getting swapped into the Urgot role here. And we see a lot of swaps just go off. Carnival picking up the Brand. Fancy Wolf on Vi. Panzer's on Pantheon. Panzer's plays a very strong Pantheon, so it'll be interesting to see how he can effectively shut down Kassadin in the early game, just through his sheer skill of the champion and knowledge thereof. I will say that Sofanda lacks a strong bruiser in the top lane outside of Maokai. Maokai, kind of a bruiser, kind of a tank. Doesn't really have the defensive stats to be called a true tank until level 6, where he gets his ultimate Maelstrom, Vengeful Maelstrom.
Yeah.
So it'll be difficult for them to scale into mid-game. They are going for that late mid-game to late-game type of team composition. They do have a very strong kite composition, though. Force, Pulse, Arcane Smash, Glitter Lance, and Zap are all available to them to kite very effectively here.
You have to say the exclamation point.
Zap?
Yeah, there you go.
Zap available on Jinx. Zap is actually extremely powerful. It's basically a Nidalee Spear, but in AD form.
It has a 1.4 AD ratio, and it's like 1300 range or something.
Yeah, it's extremely ridiculous. So we'll see how that works out for good old Jinx there. And they just have a lot of long-range poke on Team Sofanda here. So we'll see if 3v3 is going to try a hard engage with Leona at the windmill. Leona's Vi. They can try and combo that and then have Pantheon follow up with a stun into Heartseeker Strike. And then Carnival on Brand just dishing out tons of magic damage. But yeah, I don't think 3v3 will want to go for the poke strategy. They want to end this game as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Jinx is a strong carry in general. Just her minigun attack speed builds up. Pow Pow. It's
130% attack speed when you get it to 3 stacks when you have it at level 5.
Yeah.
And then it goes to 700 range when you switch to Fishbones.
Yes, it's an extremely powerful attack speed steroid and range steroid when you go into Fishbones. And then Zap and Flame Chompers just allow a lot of zoning potential for Jinx there. So we'll see if they can use that. Leona and Vi will have to try their best to try and catch out the weaker members of Team Sofanda here. And it looks like we're going to go into the loading screen. You can see that we have full revives on both teams. I don't think there's too much deviation. I just lost all of the summoner screens there. We saw a lot of Exhaust. Exhaust is very popular on Dominion alongside of Revive because there's a lot of skirmishing, a lot of dueling going on. So oftentimes you see skirmishes are won by who uses Exhaust correctly in a skirmish. Sometimes Exhausts go off inaccurately or just after a burst is done. So like Pantheon might Heartseeker strike and then he gets exhausted and then the exhaust is wasted because Pantheon already used his abilities. So we do see an Ignite on Brand trying to rip through Maokai's healing or any kind of damage that Kassadin might try to do outside of his silence. We see a Flash go onto North Pole. You talked about that earlier, how a lot of AD carry players tend to go for Flash over the barrier. And we can see Jinx. Jinx has 0 forms of escape. She has a lot of zoning control with Zap and Flame Chompers, but the moment someone gets on top of her, she's in a lot of trouble. So I think the Flash is a good choice here, as allows her to re-escape poor positions. So we'll see what happens here. We can see that it is Jayce going bottom lane, and Urgot going to go bottom lane as well. I haven't seen the Urgot-Jayce mashup in a while, but I would bet that Urgot wins that early until Jayce gets Last Whisper Infinity Edge, and then Jayce should be able to destroy Urgot, as long as Jayce plays properly. So we'll see if the Parkers can take advantage of any mistakes that Corval makes down bottom lane.
That'll be actually to see the point in Netherblade that Unicorns has on Kassadin. Sorry to interrupt, but before we start, can you just talk about Kassadin's skilling? Is that a normal thing to do? I don't actually know.
So, you can put a point in Netherblade. Carnival and Zounds are on 2 magic damage champions. So the Netherblade procs will still deal out a lot of damage to the champions that get into melee range of Kassadin. And his passive, which grants him attack speed, will give him more damage through Netherblade. So it's not that bad of a choice. It also allows him to charge full Force Pulse with an extra spell cast. So that'll allow him to do it. We see the early engage with Zounds there.
Going on to Gallia almost immediately. Gallia is kind of tanky, but if he gets ignited first and can't heal a single time with Sap Magic before he goes down, he's just going to get melted. Unicorn's coming in for the back. It's stunned up by Brand there. Pillar of Flame comes across. Actually, there's a stun from Pantheon, and he's probably going to go down. Fancy Will comes across. Brand was going to pick up the kill. Kassadin went down. Pantheon did fall to Lulu there, but Nerdot can't go it all the way over to the Relic yet. The Pillar of Flame comes across, and it's down, so he gets the health. Carnival very low right now. North Paw wants to be able to come in and do something. Meanwhile, Urgot actually 1v1 Jayce and picked up a kill on bot lane, so that's going to be pretty huge from Revive had to come up from Corval already. Panzer's coming back from top lane. Heartseeker strike. Leona's the one who gets the kill. Gallia exhausted right now, being chased by Fancy on the other side. Panzer's going to be able to take this point pretty much for free, except if the sapling toss comes across and interrupts it for a bit. Unicorns comes in and tries to capture for just a little bit, but he's going back off. We have Lulu actually rotating down to the bot lane. Jinx in the mid, but Gallia is going to go down. He picked up the relic and then fell windmill going over to It's Fast It's Fun. Parker's getting ganked, does fall. He still has revive. 3-man bot right now. Jayce really low, and Parker's coming in with revive.
Yeah, so you can see Sofanda realized that top was a lost cause, so they immediately rotated bot to get Parker's revive out because Corval had used his revive earlier due to the 1v1 loss. You can see now 3v3 is pressuring mid to try and take advantage to the overcommittal bottom. So they get to neutralize mid, and unfortunately they got to neutralize bottom as well. So it kind of works out. Sofanda is still on their heels. So you kind of see what's going on here. In terms of KDA, you can kind of see that Leona picked up a few more kills than most of the other champions, so a little bit more gold is getting funneled into her. So we'll see if that kind of plays out to a disadvantage for 3v3. I'm not sure.
Yeah, although the thing that I realized is that if you look at the screens at the end of the game, like, everyone has such similar amounts of gold, just because of the ambient gold gain. Neutralizing coming with the assault and battery onto Unicorn. Solar Flare comes out. It's a great start from Leona, and Pyroclasm doing so much from Brand. There's 2 kills almost immediately. Nerdok is exhausted just for the chase. Double kill for Pantheon. Unicorns was just ulted by by Lulu with the wild growth. There's the ult coming in from Pantheon to try and jump on North Paw. Gets it across, Heartseeker strike, a bit more damage, but Flame Choppers comes in. And there's no Zenith Blade. Windmill neutral right now, going to have a little bit of a capture over towards Sofanda from the minions, but it looks like it'll just go back to its fastest fun.
So you can see, previously, in the game previous, we saw the Leona using Zenith Blade, or using her ultimate extremely wildly. Whereas here, Zounds used the ultimate into into Brand's ultimate, Powerclasm, to dish out tons of damage that basically won the team fight there. Bottom getting Ipu Unicorns on Kassadin getting taken down by Vi there. Unfortunately, the neutralize goes off. Pantheon+Vi can get taken down as well.
There's just a little bit too much kiting.
Yeah, doesn't look like Pantheon+Vi can do anything. Corval trying to make some pressure down bottom. Gets picked off by Zounds. Zounds is just going to duel him immediately. Gets the hammering or thundering blow to knock him away. Urgot capturing the point just to allow Corval to get away. Going to try and sit at bottom lane a little bit. Zounds getting too close to the tower there. Takes a few tower shots.
Yeah, he just wants to keep them balling to buy Panzers as much time on top. The neutralize does come. Kassadin's here also, so Panzer's now 1v3, waiting for Vi and Brand to be able to gap close. And there's the gap close from Unicorns though. And he blocks the auto attack damage. He does go down finally. Jinx actually picked up the kill, got excited. Now trying to actually get excited to run away. Golly coming in. There's the Flame Chompers getting the snares actually onto everyone there, so a lot of damage comes from that until Maelstrom ended. And Fancy with the kill onto Maokai. Now Zounds is chasing North Paw and does not dodge the zap. Wild Growth comes across. Who's gonna get the relic? It goes over to Leona actually. Zounds managed to pick that up, but they don't even care. All they wanted to do was zone, stop ranking at the windmill again.
Yeah, so you can see there in that team fight, Kassadin was capable of picking off Pantheon, but he jumped too far into enemy territory and was picked off by Vi. So you have to be very careful with this. Kassadin doing what Kassadin does best, is gank bottom lane, getting the silence off onto Urgot. Urgot getting taken down by minions there, although the kill does go to Kassadin. Kassadin getting dropped extremely low, and they're neutralized by Urgot there, so you can kind of see what's going on. They're trying to place a lot of pressure to extend this game for as long as possible, just by getting neutralizes wherever they can.
Yeah, and in the middle of the map, North Paw was actually able to pick up another kill. So 2 kills so far on Jinx. They go for the Gretzes first, and we'll be seeing how far into the build he can get. Jinx is very scary with a lot of items.
Yep. We can see them trying to pressure bottom. Golly trying to support and keep Zounds in place, while North Paw trying to dish out as much damage as possible. Unicorns missing the Rift Walk, but trying to just stalemate the cap so the tower doesn't fire. That was a good job by Kassadin there. So he missed the Rift Walk and then just started capping immediately to stop the tower from firing.
That was... Oh, okay, he Rift Walked out. I was like, there's no way Brand just did that much damage. The Assault and Battery comes on Unicorns. And that time he did almost do that much damage, actually. Fireball taking a little bit of tower shots, gets the Pyroclasm across, it bounces from minions, it bounces to Unicorns, Leona comes across, gets the kill there, double kill for Vi, and they're going to be able to get the windmill back.
So you can see they got the windmill, and then bottom lane, Urgot and Jayce duked it out. Jayce now has a lot of sustain. I don't think Urgot is capable of taking this lane at this point. Jayce has reached that point in which he can duel Urgot. This is not good for 3v3. If that is possible, 3v3 has to place a lot more emphasis on bottom lane, and they don't have the champions to do it. Pantheon has to use his ultimate bottom lane more often now, which will leave top lane a little bit more vulnerable. And Kassadin is just much stronger roamer than anybody on 3v3's champion roster.
Or anyone else in the game even, really.
Yeah. Just Riftwalk, extreme amounts of map control. So we'll see if Sofanda can take advantage of that. Looks like they're trying to pressure over top. Zap going off, missing Zound. You can see the amount of zone control Jinx has there is extremely powerful.
But he landed that E and managed to get to the point. A solar flare came across, but they still are holding on to the point. Galli's thinking Golly goes down, the exhaust on the North Paw to stop him from doing anything. That was even just a zoning rocket. Super Mega Death Rocket comes across, and that was after the exhaust. Sounds though is going to go down to Jinx, and she got excited from that, but not going to quite be able to take advantage of the speed. Panzer's actually getting snared up by these Flame Chompers, and they go into Unicorns. Unicorns just need a little bit more damage. They're not able to get it. Pantheon getting kited too much. They're not channeling the point. The Riftwall comes back in. Unicorns gives the kill over North Paw.
Very good job there by Jinx getting the zap onto Leona, getting her excited enough to clean up both Brand and Fancy Wolf on Vi there. It allowed her to kite in and out, and then once all the threats were gone and Vi had used her gap closer, she was able to use Pow Pow to dish out tons of damage.
Yeah, I think Vi is allowed to do tons of damage even if she doesn't have a Trinity Force. I think her Pow Pow is just that outrageous. Truly,
Jinx?
truly outrageous.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you can see the kind of 80 caster build going on to Jinx with the Last Whisper being rushed. Gank coming down onto poor Parkers there, trying to use the kinetic swapper there.
Hyperkinetic position reverser.
Hyperkinetic position reverser still goes down. 3v3 posturing at top lane, a little bit of skirmishing. I don't think 3v3 really wants to try and fight this out here. Kassadin roaming back top because he, just rift walk all the way across the map. You see a duel going out between Fancy Wolf and Corval. Corval getting taken down by Fancy Wolf. Very nice job there by Fancy Wolf.
But if they can't lead it to a point, it's not going to amount to too much here. Trying to go for the Boneyard, but Kassadin is roaming down. And he does have rift walk. He's going to be able to get there in time to stop this neutral.
Yeah, I think he actually killed Vi here.
Yeah.
Especially with that tower shot. Even with
shield. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. But
it is a lot of damage. Oh, it's going to get taken out by Urgot, yeah. Ugly Crabman kills Kassadin. Northpaw using Flash to get away from there. Gets stunned by both. Doesn't get stunned by Brand there, but does get stunned by Leona. Trying to run away as much as possible. Unfortunately, gets picked off by Brand and Leona.
Nice poly by Nerdoc there to stop Leona from going in instantly, but the Pyroclasm comes across. It's double kill for Carnival.
Yeah, Brand very powerful in those 3v3s or 2v2s with the Pyroclasm because it just bounces between two champions and immediately destroys them both. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Jayce again just utterly taking care of Urgot. Urgot is 2-6-1 to Jayce's 3-2-3. Jayce just has so much sustain that it does not matter.
And Fancy Wolf has to hold this 1v3 right now. The exhaust is out on Unicorns, but it didn't even matter. Corval basically took that out himself. And with Panthers and Parkers coming down, the neutral comes across. Let's see if they can even fight this, though.
Yeah. It looks like Sofanda really wants that quest point, and I think they have a good chance to get it here, particularly with the two hyper carries that they have on their team.
Oh, the Super Mega Death Rocket gave her the assist, and then he could come across because he got excited. Zap closing back to the fight, and Jinx gets there in time. The ult is coming down from Pantheon. Corval might... Oh, Corval picked up the health relic in time. Corval lived. Panthers now trying to chase down Northpaw, but Northpaw managed to get the Zap across. Zap slowed him down, kiting backwards, trying to lifesteal for as much as he can. A couple auto attacks and blocks. Corval jumps in. Northpaw is going to run away, and the Acid Hunter is not quite in range.
Nope, not quite in range. Jinx has to run away here using Flame Chompers to block off the Speed Shrine access. Allows her to get away as well. And it looks like top will be Sofanda's, unless Fancy Wolf has something to say about it. Fancy Wolf driving off two champions here. Golly trying to reinforce, catches off Carnival, getting the snare off. Let's see. Oh, the double stun on.
Great solar flare.
That was a fantastic solar flare. Looks like Ipu Youth Course is going to get taken out by Brand here. And Golly has no choice but to back away.
Zenith Blade does come in from Sounds, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything as follow-up. Windmill is actually currently owned by It's Fast It's Fun. So they are sitting on a 3-cap, but we'll see how long they can hold it for. A lot of damage from Brand onto Golly there. And comes in a Heartseeker Strike across. That's a lot of damage too. And that's going to be Brand picking up the kill. That passive actually gets the kill, and a W coming across. A Pillar of Flame did a ton, but the Seer didn't hit. Northpaw's going to go down to damage over time, but Nerdoc might be able to actually duel Brand here. Pillar of Flame does little.
Super Mega Death Rocket took out two of them there. Ipu Unicorn's focusing onto Brand there. Meanwhile, Fancy Wolf trying to take out Nerdoc as best as he can. Ipu Unicorn's trying to delay that. Nerdoc surviving with just like 10 hit points left, getting the Polymorph off. Kassadin showing what Kassadin does best, just terrorizing opponents. Meanwhile, Corval trying to pick a fight with a Parker's. A Parker's just saying, no, I'm just going to back away here and stalemate you for as long as possible.
And he's gotten the cooldown of Rift Walk is now 5.3 seconds, so he's having no problem stacking that extra damage, which is really the weakness of Kassadin early on, is that you can't do that anymore. They did get the kill on a Corval right there, but we'll see if they're actually able to capitalize on it. Lulu and Kassadin are both here to defend.
Yeah, poor Corval got 3-man ganked there. IP Unicorns just trying to delay up Parker for as long as possible. Jinx gonna get caught out by Panzers and Fancy Wolf, gonna get taken down almost immediately. Oh, Flame Chomper is able to save him. Meanwhile, Golly's getting stalled from trying to prevent Carnival from getting the capture. It looks like 3v3 will take out Windmill here. Super Mega Death Rocket can delay a little bit, but not much.
Super Mega Death Rocket did hit Brand, but Leona was already capping by that point, so they were able to pick up the Windmill. And despite the fact that we have such amazing roaming from Sofanda, they still haven't been able to come back all the way at Nexus Health. They're still sitting at 211 to 305 there of its fastest fun. And Fancy Wolf ganking down on Jarvan. It's just so hard for them to get a gank off because you can guarantee Unicorns 100% is going to have a counter gank.
Ooh, you can see the black go on to Vi there. IP Unicorns engaging onto Urgot there with the Lulu ultimate to stun him. Golly trying to delay Zounds and Carnival mid just so that they can get the quest in bottom lane. Golly surviving with just 200 hit points. Gonna try to make it back to spawn? No, he does not make. Well, he does make it back to spawn, just not the way he wanted.
He actually is doing a fantastic job of delaying right now. Zaz onto Corval. He's actually dueling. Needs to interrupt though. He got the interrupt. The minions are coming in, and he ultimately died. But he bought so much time that Leona and Brand actually did pick up the drill here. Oh my god, Zounds. Zounds is great.
Yeah, Zounds landing the Zenith Blade. IP Unicorn's getting stunned out and getting hit with the Pillar of Flame. Nerdog trying to delay bottom lane as much as possible so that his teammates can get mid. Mega Super Death Rocket misses its target, but Northpaw still cleaning up the fight there. And with the help of Jayce, it looks like they're going to try and swap Jayce top lane with his build. He has Infinity Edge and Sanguine Blade. That is, if he crits someone, that is a ton of damage. It's time for Corval to do some blat top lane. I would like to see them swap it out. Pantheon using Man Drop misses everybody except for Golly. Yeah, very good job. Northpaw trying to kite as much as possible. Doesn't get the kill onto Fancy Wolf. Has to recall. And it looks like, I think, Sofanda just needs to take it back just a little bit, regain control of the jungle, and stop engaging in the skirmishes. They have a much stronger team fight when they gank bottom lane and then engage in a 3v4 top lane. So I think that's what they need to focus on here. It looks like Corval's getting kited there by Urgot. Trying to pick up a fight here and there. Urgot's not having it though. You can see Sofanda trying to regain control of the jungle in their own speed shrine. Not quite sure what they can do here.
Panzers is coming down to gank Corval, and for once Kassadin is not here for a counter gank, and that's actually the shutdown goes over to Panzers. But that does mean a numbers imbalance in the top lane. Unicorns immediately taking advantage as Golly goes on to Zounds. Flame Chomper comes down, that's a snare. Zounds is going to probably explode, but he gets the solar flare off in the cataclysm, not the cataclysm, pyroclasm from Brand. All of these plasms are killing everyone and causing chaos, and Kassadin goes down. Carnival is still alive, just a little bit gets polyed. He's still alive! He lived for so long there. Northpaw goes down. Fancy Wolf managed to pick up that kill with a lot of help thanks to the point. It did get shut down there by Lulu because his splash shield wasn't quite enough. Zounds, though, is perfectly happy to do Lulu. They have a 4 cap right now. Yes,
that was a very good job by 3v3. They fought off a 3v4 because Panzer was bottom lane the entire time with Urgot. So that was a 3v4 the entire fight, and they still managed to secure top. And Nerdog is going to go down here to both Zounds and Panzers. If Panzers can catch up, Leona, Pantheon, a very good combo. Zounds picking up the kill there on Leona, and that basically guarantees 3v3 a little bit of reprieve here as they reassert their jungle dominance.
It's not for too long though. They have to respond to Unicorns immediately, and it looks like Unicorns is going to be able to get the neutral before anyone gets here in time. So this is going to be another fight. Fancy Wolf coming with that ball breaker. I mean, fail trade. Try and chase down to Northpaw. Their Guillaume is activated. They're going to get to the speed shrine in time. Panzer is trying to channel the drill here right now, but there's so much poke, so many interrupts from Jayce+Maokai. They have some creeps here. They've actually almost got the neutral, but I don't think they're going to be able to get it completely. Jayce did actually just somewhere pick up a kill on Pantheon, who I don't think has revive right now. Carnival is completely cornered. He gets into Pyroclasm off, lives for a little bit longer. Oh, the Rift Walk completely dodges all of the damage from Leona. And Leona tried to go and he tries to get anything, but dies before the Eclipse can actually explode there. So it's going to be a whole bunch of kills going over to Sofanda in exchange for a neutral on the Boneyard.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jinx got caught out by Vi bottom lane, leaving Corval to deal with both Urgot and Vi. Vi dropping Corval extremely low. Ipu Unicorn's going to back off here, not going to finish off Urgot. Urgot has to recall, is recalling in vision. Vi is going to stay and try and delay this as long as possible. 4-man from Sofanda bottom lane, leaving Lulu to defend Windmill. I don't think 3v3 knows there's only one person here. There goes the sweeper effect. You can see he's trying to take back.
Super Mega Death Rocket comes across, falling past actually gets killed down, coming towards the top. There's a wild growth used by the Nerdok on himself. The exhaust comes down, the Whimsy under Brand. Finally, they're going to be able to start actually channeling the Windmill. Panzer's almost goes down to minions. Oh my god.
Those minions are extremely strong if you're not careful. Zounds is just zoning out for Northpaw. Northpaw can't really do anything here. He just doesn't have the damage. He has a lot of the magic penetration capable of dealing it, but Zounds just has a ton of hit points as well as armor. A Parker is trying to use the reverser to try and get some extra MR and armor. Not enough. He gets taken out by Kassadin. Fansuel diving onto Corval, takes out Corval almost immediately, takes out Kassadin as well. Northpaw killing off Fansuel after the double kill, leaving Panzer down. Looks like it's going to be game for Sofanda, and 3v3 just takes that win, 225-0.
Wow. That team composition.
I'm not exactly. I feel like Sofanda just didn't utilize their late game properly. They tried to engage in too many 4v4s. You can see like Brand Leona, extremely powerful combo. Leona Pantheon or Leona Brand, really strong. You get Leona Brand Pantheon all together. The amount of AoE that they dump on a team fight is ridiculous, and the amount of stuns that Brand has a 2-second stun, Pantheon has a 1.25-second stun. Leona has stuns everywhere.
Yeah.
She just locks a team down. Pantheon and Brand dumps everything up there. Vi can assault and battery, police brutality her way into her primary target and just annihilate a champion as needed. So you can just see how 3v3 just took advantage of the disarray of Sofanda there.
Yeah, they had a lot of really good synergy. Like, definitely the solar flares from Zounds combined with the pyroclasms from Carnival were absolutely insane. And then Fancy Wolf was just a monster on Vi.
Yes, Fancy Wolf was doing a lot of work on Vi.
Not at all surprised to see him in the lead of Damage Delta Champions.
He was very brave there at the end. You saw in the bottom lane where he ulted onto Jayce, killed Jayce, and then killed Kassadin just after, and then dying to Jinx. So it was a very good job by Fancy Wolf's Vi. Unfortunately, I feel like in terms of composition, Team Sofanda should have had this as soon as it hit 15 minutes. If they utilized their team composition properly, having Kassadin gank bottom lane and then swapping Jayce up top, and just stalemating bottom lane with either Lulu or Jinx or Maokai, they could have had 2 hyper carries top with Kassadin and Jayce, and then able to sweep up whoever dives. Because if Leona dives in, they just basically collapse in on somebody and annihilate them with the sheer amount of damage that Jayce and Kassadin provide.
Alright, so that is game, and up next is it the finals? Are we in the finals next?
I believe this will be final, so it'll be...
yeah, it's going to be Clueless versus It's Fast It's Fun. And
Yep.
It's Fast It's Fun just took down that team composition. We'll see if they can take down Clueless, guys. But first we're going to actually go over to hold screen. Actually going to do that this time. Round Ro4. There you go. Alright, so we're going to throw up a quick ad, put up some more music, and we'll be back shortly with the finals of Dominate Dominion number 79. It's Fast as Fun versus Clueless.